Coming to you direct from Silencer Shop Studios, home of the Glass Case of Emotion.
SilencerShop.com, the easiest way to buy silencers online, period.
Stand by for education, enlightenment, enjoyment, and entertainment.
He's not here to talk about your feelings. He's not here to say what you want to hear. He's here to say what needs to be said.
Ladies and gentlemen and children of all ages, please welcome your host, the pimp hand of America, Professor Paul Markle.
Well, if he's not here to talk about my feelings, what exactly is he here to talk about? I guess that's the question. Welcome to another fully loaded episode of Student of the Gun Radio. That's right. Jared and I are fully loaded, and we're ready to go. Hey, how are you doing there? Did you enjoy Patriots Day yesterday? I hope you did. I hope you took a moment to commemorate and consider the Patriots who came before you. Did you, Jared?
Yes.
Your microphone on?
Yes, it is.
All right,
I was
cool.
just thinking that we're going to call whenever we have a couple different tiers for the grad program, we're going to call the access to every single tier the fully loaded, Student Gun Fully Loaded. Fully loaded.
Fully loaded. That's right. You always want to be fully loaded, right? Because that's the bestest. That's the bestest of all. You want to turn my headphones up a little bit. For some reason, when you start that, it seems like it's really, I don't know, maybe because it's professionally produced or something. Can you guys hear me okay? Raise your hand if you can hear me.
Yes, if you can, raise your hand.
Yeah. Raise your hand if you're not here. There's always one. There's always one. That's right. Man, we got a lot of stuff to talk about today. Texas School District threatens parents. And we have something to say about that. And I understand that a lot of you read the story and you're like, it's not that big of a deal. I don't care, blah, blah, blah. No, you haven't heard me talk about it yet. And until you hear me talk about the subject, you actually haven't heard the subject discussed properly. Now, let's talk a little bit about this week, though. We had National Enslavement Day on Monday, and then we had Patriots Day the next day on Tuesday. And tomorrow we're going to talk about a concept called burying your guns, or bury your guns. And you're like, what? Why should I bury my guns? Or should I bury my guns? Well, I don't know. But today's Wednesday, and Wednesday's one of our favorite days because we get to hear King Julian, and we get to be motivated a little bit. We get to start out on a positive note and be kind of pumped up. Now, I'm pumped because here in less than, let me see, this is going out on the 20th, right? And if I math correctly, I think I can math correctly. The show's going out on the 20th, and that means in only 9 days, 9 times. I don't remember Ferris being sick 9 times. No, in 9 days, Jared and I and our lovely production assistant, Alex, will be in the metropolis of Atlanta to visit our friends from Crossbreed Holsters at the Concealed Carry Expo. And we hope to see you guys there. We're going to be, when are we going to be at the booth? On Saturday?
What booth?
The Crossbreed Holsters booth in ATL.
I don't know. We haven't decided that yet.
We haven't decided that yet, but we will be there. We'll be on the floor. I will be looking like me. I will look like I do. I won't be in disguise. Jared, will you be in disguise or will you be looking like you do?
No, I'll be looking like me.
I'll look exactly like I do on the radio. How's that sound?
There you go.
Does that help you out? No, we're going to visit our friends from Crossbreed Holsters because they are I think they're actually one of the title sponsors for the Concealed Carry Expo, which kind of makes sense because if you want to conceal a gun on your person, they can help you out. Can they not?
They can indeed. They're helping me right now.
They're helping me right now. I have my TP9 SA on me right now. And my TP9 SA is currently lubricated. It's green. My SA is green. Well, it's green camouflaged. And it has some green Frog Lube Extreme.
My SA is brown.
Your SA is brown?
Yeah.
You have a...
Is that racist?
A tan SA. Yeah. Well, it's not black. It's not white. It's tan. That's a tan color. So Frog Lube, it's green. It's minty fresh. And guess what else it does? It just works. So check them out at froglube.com, or you can buy it at brownells.com, or wherever your favorite lubricant products are sold.
Physically fit, physically fit, physically fit, woman, nice, sweet, fantastic. Big body ocean at the big Titanic, woman, nice, sweet, energetic. Big body ocean at the big Titanic, woman, nice, sweet, fantastic. Big body ocean at the big Titanic, woman, nice, sweet, fantastic.
Today's SWAT Fuel Fitness topic is, that's a tongue twister, is positivity breeds productivity. And you guys have heard me say this before, but I'm going to dive a little bit deeper into it. First, you can go to swatfuelstore.com, use promo code SOTG2015. You can save some money on your order. If you are a grad program member, you can use the grad program specific code that we gave you. We give it to you every week in the bonus hour post. So go there, check it out. It pays for your grad program membership. So do that. Now, positivity breeds productivity. What does that mean? I'll use work as an example here, and this is going to sound rather artisan, but it's true. Positivity, if you go to work and there's a positive environment around you, you're going to be more productive than you are if there's a negative environment around you. And just think about, everybody knows the one person, the one water cooler person at work that's always got these negative stories to tell people. Like, oh, it's funny.
What?
Just thinking about that. My previous job that I had, there was like 10 of those where they all had a drama story.
Everyone had a drama story.
Yeah, especially on Monday mornings, you'd come in and there'd be like 10 dramatic stories.
They couldn't wait to tell you how terrible everything was.
Yeah, and that kills your productivity. That kills your productivity at work. Now, let's apply that to working out. If you go into a workout with a positive attitude, with the attitude that you're actually helping yourself and you want to complete this workout, then you're going to get more out of that workout. You're going to be more productive than you would be if you are, say, negative about it and you're like, oh, this is going to suck. I don't want to do this. I'm just doing this because it is what I should be doing. No, there's something that you can do for your body that you like to do. You just need to find that thing. So my question to you this week is, what is your positive influence for working out?
What's the one thing?
What's the one workout that you enjoy doing?
And if you, let's say, how many times have we talked about this, Jared, of when you don't feel like working out, that is exactly when you need to.
When you should be.
When the devil, the little gremlin is on your shoulder and the gremlin says, wouldn't you rather just sit on the couch and play Call of Duty?
Yes.
You can work out tomorrow. The gremlin should be called Tomorrow. The gremlin's name should be Tomorrow, because the gremlin climbs up on your shoulder and says, you could just do that tomorrow. You don't have to do it now. You're tired. You put extra ice in your Coke today at lunch, so that kind of like increased your water balance. So you No, but seriously. So, and now, Jared, how many times have you not wanted to go, but you knew you needed to and you got in there, but once you got past the first 10 to 15 minutes, then you're like, okay, I'm good to go now.
Yeah.
And I guess that right there is where you use your positivity. You use your whatever it is that you like. Now, you like kettlebells, right? That's your thing.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
So you could actually, if you didn't feel like working out, you're in that, I don't want to do this. I know I have to, but I don't want to. Do your kettlebell routine. And by the time you're done with that, then what? You'll be in a better mental state.
Yeah. And by the time I'm done with that, I'll probably keep working out. And that's one thing that once you start, your brain, you release those endorphins to your body and you become happy. And you're happy because you're working out, so you want to continue to receive
It's actually
high.
physiology.
Yeah. Like it actually really happens. It's
It
not
really happens. It really happens. Your brain releases the endorphins and you feel better. But you have to push past that. And that's what most human beings don't do. Most human beings can never discipline themselves to push past the I don't want to.
I'll issue a challenge to anybody that wants to accept it. instead of drinking your morning cup of coffee, do a workout. You'll feel much better from the workout. The workout will benefit you much better than than the cup of coffee will.
Okay, but can I have coffee too?
Yeah, you can have coffee too, but do the workout in place of the coffee. And if you could most people drink coffee because they need it to wake themselves up. They don't drink it because they enjoy it. They think that they need it.
You know why? Because they're not drinking good coffee.
Yeah. Like I drink coffee because I enjoy it. So I guess I'm trying to figure out how to deliver this challenge, because if you do the workout and you legitimately don't feel that it benefits you like your coffee does or better than your coffee does, then I'll buy you a cup of coffee.
There you go. I'll buy you a cup of coffee. You can come to the Student of the Gun University. We'll fire up the Ox Box. We'll fire that up, and then we'll brew you a fresh individual cup of coffee, which actually we should probably go ahead and talk about right now since you're talking about coffee. You know we love coffee. Mm-hmm. And don't ever think that this is an anti-coffee rant, because it is not. You know, life is too short for several things: ugly guns, cold French fries, and bad coffee. And quite frankly, most people drink bad coffee because they think that's how coffee is supposed to be. I can't stomach gas station coffee anymore. I can't stomach it. It angers me. I try, we go on a road trip. I'm like, this is the only place. Okay, let's try. I'll try and find something and I'm not talking about just the corner gas station where they have the one half burned pot on the thing. I'm talking about the big ones. I'm talking about the Flying J's and the Loves and this. No matter what they do, no matter how hard they try, it's crap. I'm sorry, but it is. And I don't, I want to actually enjoy the experience, kind of like a cigar. I want to enjoy the experience. Well, the coffee box, the Ox Box, you guys, if you're not hip to what we're talking about, you need to go to our Facebook page. And, we Facebooked it, we Instagrammed it, we talked about it in our video last Friday. The point is this, it's like a Keurig coffee maker on roids. It's a Keurig coffee maker that you could take and walk out and throw into the back of your pickup truck and drive away with it. Literally, you could do that and it would still be good. It wouldn't break. Well, they're going to be working with us for a few months, and because we like you and you like us, we're going to do something cool for you guys. Jared, you want to tell them about how they're going to get something really cool?
Yes, we are going to be doing, it depends on, you have to watch what we're going to tell you to watch.
Well, yeah, you have to participate.
You have to be a participant. You have to be a participant.
Words are fun.
Yeah. We're going to be giving away 3 Ox Box coffee makers, 1 per month. And I think we should do it on the end of every month.
The end of each month,
the last day of each month, or last morning mindset.
Last morning mindset.
And the way we're going to work this is, those of you that watch the morning mindset, you have to share it, and you have to tag 2 people. And that's it. And then you're entered to win.
And one of you will win an Ox Box coffee maker for free.
Yep. And it's really easy for us to, you click on the how many people have shared your thing, and you can go through the list of names, and then you compare that to who's tagged 2 people, and it's that easy to pick a winner.
So you can find out, Jared.
Yeah.
You're like the NSA.
I literally know.
You're like the NSA. Yep. You know that.
And there's also a tool that you can use for Facebook that actually tells you who's done what.
All right. So we're not going to talk about this anymore, but I'm going to give you an assignment. If you haven't done it yet, go to Ox, O-X-X. That's Oscar, X-ray, 2 X's, .com. And you're going to get to see it. You're going to see it in action. You'll see what it's all about. It's the fashizzle. If you don't drink coffee and you don't like coffee, guess what? Then I don't care.
Too bad.
I don't care. You can do something else. How's that sound? All right. And let's move on to the next segment of Student of the Gun Radio.
Attention, new listeners. We produced a free training video series called 7 Training Tips That Could Save Your Life. We want you to have access to this life-saving information. Get instant access now at studentofthegun.com. Do you watch Student of the Gun TV, read the blog, and follow us on Facebook? If you answered no to any of those questions, you are wrong, but you can easily fix yourself. Go to studentofthegun.com to find everything SOTG.
That's right, Alex. You can go to Roku. You can get a Roku player. And, dude, Jared, did you know that my friend who will remain nameless, but the one who visited me this weekend, said that he was paying over $100 a month for satellite TV?
Seriously?
It's like, dude.
Wow.
Dude,
It's 2016 now.
And I told him, he said, I'm going to get rid of it. I was like, you need to. And so Zach set up the Roku in the studio and showed him. He's like, this is how this works. You go to the store. You spend $39.95 or $45.95 or whatever one time. Have your 14-year-old, 15-year-old set it up for you on your TV. And bam, you're golden. And you can watch Student of the Gun on demand 24/7. If you have an Amazon Prime TV, you can watch us there too. Cool news this week. We told you it was going to happen, and it happened. Right, Jared? Google Play finally released their podcast streaming setup.
Yes. Now they're rolling it out slowly to app users. Not everybody has access to the podcast app, the podcast portion of the app. But if you do, anybody can do it on their computer. Just keep checking back on your app, your Google Play app, for the podcast section.
Very cool. Very cool. Brownells. What can I get at Brownells? Well, I don't know. What can't you get at Brownells? I guess there's some things you cannot get at Brownells, but they have like 875,000 products in stock, so got a lot of stuff there. If you have a gun, even if you don't have a gun, if you just want to buy some food and water, you can go to brownells.com and check them out. Also, while you're at brownells.com, pick yourself up some Duracoat, because life is too short to have an ugly gun, eat cold fries, or drink bad coffee.
I was going to say because you said so.
Well, and that too. Thank you, Wasp. And that, of course, is our Texas update theme that we don't get to play a lot. Seems like it kind of ebbs and flows, you know, Jared? It kind of, like, we'll have a bunch of stories from Texas and then none, and then it'll go back. This story is from Breitbart.com, and it's datelined, 6 April 2016. So it actually came out a little while ago. We've had it in the stack of stuff, and then we had so much going on that we didn't get to it. But I was thinking about it. I was considering it. I was pondering this story. And at first, Jared, at first I was not going to talk about this. And then I decided, you know what? I need to. All right. The title of the story is Texas School Threatens to Punish Parents Who Walk Children Home. Okay, and you might be saying, what now? Story by Merrill Hope. An afternoon dismissal pickup policy change at one Texas elementary school has a lot of parents rip-roaring mad. It forbids them from walking their own children home at the end of the school day. Breaking this rule can result in trespassing charges or truancy classes for mom and dad.
Pull your kid. Solve that problem.
A, look in my eyes, America. Okay, sorry. Look in my eyes, planet Earth. Get your kids out of public schools. Okay, that's step number one. You're like, I can't. You don't understand. Now, I know what a pickup line is all about. Oh, and I don't mean that. He's giggling over there. No, not like, hey, baby, did it hurt when you fell from heaven?
Are you tired?
Not that kind of pickup.
Because you've been running through my mind all day.
Not that kind of pickup line. No, these public school, these pickup lines, the after-school pickup lines, because apparently children today have an inability to use their feet and legs. I walked to school literally, no, not in the snow uphill for 5 miles, but my elementary school was about a mile and a half away from my house. I got up in the morning, I left, I walked a mile and a half to school. You know what? I walked a mile and a half back. I did that all the way through. I went through from kindergarten. I rode a bus because the school was on the other side of an interstate, and so I had to take a bus to get over the interstate, right? But my first grade through fifth grade through sixth grade, seventh grade, eighth grade, I walked. If it was a special occasion, if it was like pouring rain really hard, like monsooning, I would get picked up. We would get picked up. But other than that, the vast majority of kids when I went to school walked to school. Didn't ride buses. Now, when I went to high school, I was actually living out in the country in Ohio, and you could not walk to school because it was 15 miles away down a country road. But we took buses and what have you. But this pickup line nonsense, look at me, America, parents. Is it not getting out of control? Is it not out of hand? You're like, yes, Paul, it is way out of hand. Let's go ahead and dive just a little bit further into this. Now, remember, this is the afternoon dismissal pickup policy. It says it's a pickup policy change. Notice that it didn't say legislation, didn't say new law. It says it's a policy change. Okay, a policy change. Bear Branch Elementary School Principal Holly Ray changed the after-school pickup policy this year. In September, Houston's there you go. It's Houston, Texas. Do I need to say anything else?
I think God's flooding
Houston
them right now
Houston
because of this.
Is a feces container. I think I can say that and still get away with it. It's a large hole that contains feces. How's that sound? Go ahead and tell me it's not. Oh, yeah, it is. Houston's KPRC2 News reported that new school rule prohibited parents from walking to the Magnolia Independent School District campus to retrieve their own children. Parents cannot drive to the school, park their cars at the school, or go out inside to get their children early. Okay. Their options are to send their children home by school bus or drive to the school and wait for their children in a very long pickup car line, assembling for the 3:25 p.m. dismissal. A lot of parents are unhappy about the change. However, a school district spokesperson told KPRC2 that the intent of the policy was to ensure safety of the 639 students enrolled. All these months later, parents remain in an uproar over the policy, especially those who live in the neighborhood. So you live, let's say, a quarter mile from the school. So your children either have to get on a school bus or you have to pick them up in your car because we can't figure out a way to let children who live close to the school walk home. Parents like Wendy Jarman, who live behind the school, expressed frustration in the situation that pulled her children out of the elementary school and placed them in a private school. Very good. She spoke to Houston's Fox about the policy, saying about Ray, this is the Holly Ray, is threatening to arrest people.
She has zero authority.
Yeah, can we go ahead and put the brakes on right there? We're talking about an elementary school principal. All right, first of all, an elementary school principal is not going to be arresting anybody. So you say, oh, no, what they'll do is Jarman insisted this happened to many parents. They have been cited. They have been threatened if they step 1 foot onto school property that they will be arrested and charged with who knows what. Frank Young is one of those parents. Montgomery County Constables served him with a trespass warning in September for, quote, being on all school property of any kind.
Wow.
Pretty sure.
Who pays for that school property?
That the school property is paid for by landowners. Now, riddle me this, Batman. Where you live, where do they get the money for school taxes, for your schools? Where does that money come from? It comes from property taxes, does it not? Yes, it does. So the citizens, the residents of the district, pay for the property. It wasn't just bestowed, to the school district by the king, was it? It's not part of like the king's land. Is it part of the king's land, Jared? Maybe some of the king's deer live on that property. Do I need to continue? Now, I know there are some reasonable people out there in the audience. And some of you reasonable people are saying, now hold on there, buddy. Hold on, Paul. This principle said that it's for safety. So, if it's for safety reasons, well, hell, we can do anything we want. Hey, all you reasonable gun owners in the audience, let me ask you a question. What do you think about Shannon the sandwich maker when she says that parents need to contact other parents and inquire as to whether or not they're gun owners before they allow their children to visit for safety? What do you think about Nanny Bloomberg's many minions who have said that in order to protect the lives of the children, that you need to agree to even more restrictive regulations on your God-given rights to possess and own a firearm? What do you think about that? When safety is thrown in your face as a reason to disarm you, are you all for it? Do you jump right on and say, well, it's for safety. Here's all my guns. Here you can take them because it's for safety. Really? So anytime someone says, it's for the safety of the children, okay. If it's for the safety of the children, you can do that. Horse crap. Who do the people in these school districts work for? They work for the parents. I don't even know what to say. We should have done the publics. We had the blind in Texas one, but we could have also done the public school psychological terrorism one too. This topic has led me into another topic, and it's something that I've been wanting to talk about for a long time. Bless Zachary the Shipping Ogre's heart. Quite often, Zachary the Shipping Ogre is in the passenger seat when I see one of these billboards, and I can't make myself not say something about it. Ladies and gentlemen of the United States of America, and I'm speaking to you because those of you who are listening in another country, you've already been enslaved by whatever dictatorial government is in place over you. I know if you're in Great Britain, you've already been enslaved by the words health and safety. Ask a person in Great Britain what happens when you allow the government to use health and safety as an excuse for everything. Oh, sorry, mate, you can't do that. Health and safety. Health and safety. Oh, you're not allowed to cross the street without an employee of the state holding your hand. It's health and safety, mate. The United States of America. Is anyone else sick and freaking tired of being threatened by their employees? Well, what? Paul, you work in a place where your employees threaten you? No, I live in a nation where I have, we as a community, as a society, have numerous employees that we pay. Yes, we pay them with our many, many tax dollars, the money that is extorted from us on a regular basis. And if you own a small business, it's extorted from you quarterly because they're not going to wait for the end of the year for you to give them your money. No, they're not going to wait for that. Here's some click it or ticket. Drive sober or get pulled over. Turn it down or pay up. Etc., etc., etc. Billboards, radio ads. If you watch local network television, which I don't, local network television spots. You know what? Everybody who works for the state, for the city, for the federal government, is an employee of the citizenry. Their money, they don't go out and earn money. They don't produce a product. They do nothing but siphon off tax dollars from the people who are actually working, as do, of course, the parasites, the tens of thousands of millions of parasites we have living in the United States of America. But I'm a little sick to death of having to drive down the highway and see billboards. You know what? If I'm driving drunk, bust me. Go for it. If you think that, first of all, I was a police officer, and when I was a police officer, I thought that seatbelt laws were bullcrap. If you want to be an idiot and drive without a seatbelt and smash your car and go through the windshield, rock on. There's no law against being stupid in the United States of America. Turn it down or pay up. You know what? I'm sick to death of being threatened by my employees. Are you sick of it too? Jared, do you even care? Are you sick of it? Because I tell you what, I am sick to death of these public service announcements, which are paid for with my tax money. So they use my tax money to buy billboard space to threaten me. You know what I got to say? Do your freaking jobs. Hey, civil service employees, shut your mouth and do your job.
Yeah, but what do you know about being a cop?
What do you know about that? I just say,
you were never a cop, so how do you even know?
Did you know? Jared, did you know that you can end human trafficking if you only cared enough? Do you know how you know that?
Because I read it on a billboard.
There's a billboard that says, I'm not for sale, and it has a picture of a sad-looking woman. See, because I was driving down the highway, I was driving down Interstate 10, and I thought, I've never engaged in human trafficking. That might be something I might want to get involved in. And I'm just driving along, thinking about human trafficking and, what have you. And I saw a billboard. I was like, oh, that made up my mind. I'm not going to do that. That's like when I saw that sign outside the bank, and it says, oh, I was going to rob this bank, but then I saw the sign that said I can't bring my gun in here. Well, I'm not going to do it. There's a new billboard on 110, Jared. It's one of the electronic flashy ones. So have you seen it? It has a picture of a woman, and she's wearing like some kind of T-shirt with one word on it. And every time I've driven by it, I've gone by, and it's like I've missed like half of it. But it says something about no consent, no consent.
No.
I have to believe that it's it's like essentially it's an anti-date rape bulletin board or billboard. No consent, no nookie or something, no consent, no whatever. Not without my consent. Because you know how to stop rape, right?
You pee your pants
with
and
billboards.
throw up on yourself?
No, with billboards. Because like all the potential rapists are driving around and they're like, I'm driving around like, well, I'm thinking maybe I'm going to commit rape tonight or maybe tomorrow, I don't see how I feel. Oh man, there's a billboard that says I shouldn't do it. Oh, that just changed my mind. I'm going to... And I know that there's some reasonable people out there in the audience like, hey, come on, Paul, they're... What did you just say? What did you just say in your mind? What did you just say in your mind? you said, well, at least they're doing something. Oh, it's the doing something is good, right? Like after a deranged lunatic goes on a shooting rampage and they look out at the country and they're like, well, the guy actually either used a stolen gun or he lied or got someone to buy it for him well, okay. But we need to do something. We need to do something. Well, but that something you're doing is pointless and meaningless.
Teach people integrity. How about that?
No, but we need to do something. I am sick to effing farfignugan, fornicating death of being threatened by my government, of being threatened by my employees. And I would challenge you. Are you sick of it too? Now, these guys, these constables in Texas, let me go back to the Texas story for a second, that are going to people's houses to issue them warnings that they can't go to the school where their children are in attendance? Are these law enforcement officers, or are we changing the name now? Are they, oh, Jared, I got a new name for them. Apparently what they are is they're PEOs. They're not LEOs. They're PEOs. They're policy enforcement officers. So what we've got now is whenever we have a school bureaucrat just decides on their own that this is the new policy, and based on that policy, I'm going to have my Gestapo come around and threaten you. Really? Threatening these people with arrest for coming onto the school grounds and picking up their children and walking them home? Oh, well, what if the parents are retarded and they pick up the kids and they walk out into traffic? We can't allow that. Yeah, it's for the safety of the children. So when are you guys going to grow up and grow a pair and say, you know what, employees, for the safety of the children is not an excuse and we're not buying it anymore? Maybe. I don't know. Or you could just keep right on being a bunch of freaking slaves. A bunch of peasants and a bunch of serfs. Oh, well, okay. I'll do what the elementary principal tells me. It's an elementary school principal, for Pete's sake. Folks, I don't even know. Apparently, Houston fornicates you. Fornicate Houston.
We have a problem.
You have a city. Don't forget that Houston has a militant lesbian mayor that threatened the clergy of her city and demanded that they give her copies of their sermons. Do you remember that, Jared?
Yeah.
Yeah. A militant lesbian who demanded that the clergy turn over copies of their sermons to make sure that they weren't apparently speaking out against the state, because we can't allow the Christians to speak out against the state. This is the same city and district that produced the intergalactic embarrassment called Sheila Jackson Lee. She's not just a city embarrassment. She's not just a state embarrassment. She's not just a national embarrassment. She's an embarrassment to all people who consume oxygen. That is what you get from Houston. You get a militant lesbian mayor who wants to bully the pulpit, and then you get Sheila Jackson Lee, an intergalactic embarrassment. And now you get elementary school principals who are threatening parents with arrest if they pick up their children.
But it's just for the safety.
I forgot, it's for safety, because parents don't know how to walk their children home. Yeah.
I walked home. I walked I don't know. It was probably like a mile.
Yeah.
I think a mile.
Did you survive?
Every single morning I walked to
But did you die?
school, the elementary school, and then I walked home from the elementary school.
But did you die?
Nope, I'm still here.
Oh, okay. Anytime you guys want to take back your country, we'll be here. We'll be hanging out, drinking our coffee from the Ox Box.
If you want something to do while we're waiting for you to take back this country, then go to studentofthegun.com and sign up for the 7 training tips that could save your life. Maybe they'll help you out a little bit. I don't know.